Hey everyone, Tina Hogan Grant here with my, what do I call this? My tea time hour. Tina Hogan Grant tea time hour. I'm getting a little tongue twisted. That I like to do once a month on a Friday. I like to pop in and say hello to my wonderful readers, see how you're doing, catch up with you all, and give you an update on what I am doing. So come on in and join me for the hour. I'll be doing a reading from one of my books, in fact, Reckless Beginnings, because I have been showcasing that all month in my group. And today I'll be doing a live read from it. And also there are some giveaways that I want to announce. So if you can see me and hear me just fine, pop a hello in the comments and we will get started. But every month I'm doing a showcase in my group, Read More Books on Facebook. And I like to showcase just one book every Friday. And then I wrap it up with a live chat, which is today. And I want to thank all of you for participating and commenting on the comments. And if you didn't know much about the book, I hope you learned something during the month. And I see that Karen is here. Hey, Karen, how are you doing? Good to see you, my dear. And who else is here? Cindy is here. Hey, Cindy, thank you for joining me. And we have Lori and Virgie. Hey, Virgie, good to see you. And Joyce is here. Hi, Joyce. Thanks for joining me. Everything is good with you guys. I love doing these chats with you. I say this every month, that I just love catching up with you and doing a solo live. I call him a solo live. It's just me. And just hanging out with you guys. So we've got an hour to chit chat. I'm going to give you an update on what I have been working on and what you can expect from me, and announce the winners from my showcase Fridays, and also do a reading from Reckless Beginnings. Right now, I am in a fabulous mood. I'm in a really, really good mood. And the reason why is because I have reached my goal 3 days earlier, or 2 days earlier than I had set. I have finished the first draft of my next book, Secrets Told. I wasn't expecting to finish it today. And in fact, this morning when I woke up, and I said yesterday when I posted that I have one more chapter to do and I'm hoping to wrap it up soon. And I woke up this morning and I had another chapter I wanted to put in there. So I had 2 chapters to write. And I'm like, this has got to stop. The characters have just got to shut up. I want to wrap this up. But this morning, Patricia was in my head. She says, you need to put this in the book. You know, this is part of my story, blah, 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 blah. So I had 2 chapters to write today. But within the last hour, right before I came on live, I did finally wrap it up. So I am super excited. I have this story now. The first draft, my first drafts are always a hot mess. Needs a lot of work. But now I come to the favorite part. For me, this is the favorite part when I write my books, and that is that I take a break, which is nice because it's Friday, so I'm taking the weekend off. I'm gonna come chat with you guys, hang out, do my regular posts in the group. But the weekend, I am not writing a word. I'm walking away from it. I want to, come back with a clean head and just, even if it's just a couple of days, just take a break. Don't even look at the book. Don't even look at the story. And then on Monday, I go in, and I have not read anything prior to finishing this book. I write. I don't go back and reread. I don't go back and make corrections. So what I wrote in September, which is when I started this book, and I was looking back today when I started doing my word count, because I keep notes of how many words I write a day. And when I started the book, I started this book on September the 4th. So we're almost into April. So that's 6 months. For me, it's okay. 6 months is okay. But it did, and I know it took longer because of the research I had to do, and because of these characters that I've never met before. I had to get to know them and their traits and their hobbies, and getting to write their dialogue, how they speak. So it was an all new experience. So I didn't write as quickly as I did with the Sabella series or with the Tammy Mellors trilogy. The Tammy Mellors trilogy was easy because it was my life. the Sabella series, the more books I wrote, the more I knew these characters. That I didn't have to think about anything. They just flowed easily. So this was all new. So it took longer, but I think I did good for 6 months. It is as of now, and it might change because of editing and me going back and reading everything. As of now, it is 70,000 words, and it is 254 pages. So it's a good sized book. But I really, really enjoy this story, and I'm looking forward to my favorite part, starting on Monday with a fresh, clean head, and starting at chapter 1, which I've not read in 6 months, and just going through it slowly and cleaning it up. There's a lot of cleanup, trust me. There's a lot of cleanup, but I really enjoyed writing the story. I love the characters. Patricia grew on me, and I think I mentioned at the very beginning when I started writing this book that how do you feel about starting a book where the main character rubs you the wrong way? And that's what Patricia did with me when I started writing this book. I had a few choice words for her, like, who is this woman? I wasn't very fond of her. But by the end of the book, I can see why. I can see why she acted the way she did. I don't want to give too much away, but I'll give you a little outline of what the book is about. As you know, the other reason why it slowed me down is because of the research of going to new places that I've never been to. Now I want to go see these places. And I especially want to go to Hope, Alaska. Whether or not I'll make it there, I also want to go to Dutch Harbor in Alaska, where my favorite show takes place, which is Deadliest Catch. And I'm not sure how far Hope is from Dutch Harbor. I'll have to look and see, but I really want to go see this little town, Hope. It's just a charming little town that I got to know through this book. But I want to say that as of now, the tagline for this book is called Secrets Told, but the tagline is don't always trust those close to you. And in the book, I'm looking at my notes because this is a new book, but I'm trying to give you a little outline of the book of what to expect. But in the book, Patricia discovers she has been lied to for over 20 years. And she finds herself on a journey of self-discovery to find out who she truly is. So this is kind of the preface of the book and a little outline. I don't want to give too much away, but it's been a really, really, and I'm still, of course, writing because I have to clean it up, but it's been a joy to write. This is something completely new to me. I'm going to say the genre is women's fiction, family saga, family fiction. I tend to gear towards those genres. Yes, I have written romantic suspense, but I've enjoyed writing women's fiction with family issues, family drama, I guess. That's what the Tammy Mellis trilogy was. It was based on my family and the drama. And I love writing about, a book that sends you messages that you learn from, that you can walk away from. And I think this book will give you that. One surprise for me, and Lori Chasko is here. Lori, you're going to be surprised too. This book is a standalone. Yes, I said it. I wrote a standalone. This is a standalone book. I'm not going to say that there might be more. As of now, I think it's wrapped up really nicely. And I actually like the fact that I took a break from writing 2 series and just wrote a standalone. I really like this. And now that I took this break, I wrote a standalone, which felt really good, actually. The next one I want to write, and I'm not going to get into that too much at all because I want to focus on Secrets Told. This is the one that I'm working on. But I think after that, I'll go back to a series because I've had this series now in my head since the middle of the Sabella series. But it felt really good to write this standalone. But then again, while I'm working on the Secrets Told, who knows what's going to pop in my head. I mean, sometimes I just wish my head would just turn off, but I am constantly, if I'm not thinking about Secrets Told, I'm thinking about this others that I know will be a series That's always in my head, and I need to get that written. But I do like this break that I took and wrote a standalone. So, Lori, I proved you wrong, my dear. I wrote a standalone. And I'm going to leave it at that because I'm not going to say maybe there'll be a book two. There's not going to be a book two. This wrapped up really nice. And to be honest, I really don't see what more I could add to it. It just wrapped up so nice. And I wasn't expecting to finish it today. I wrote the chapter that popped into my head this morning. I got that written. And it was like 1 o'clock. Okay, I have a couple hours before I go live. Maybe I'll start this final chapter, which is the one I needed to write. And it just flowed. I knew exactly where it was going, how it was going to end. And yeah, I am super pleased. So I am chuffed a bit, as we say in England, that I reached my goal 2 or 3 days ahead of the time because I wanted this done by March the 31st. And we're at March 29th. So I have the weekend off. I am super excited. The downside to all of this, though, is today, I mean, you can't see outside my window, but today we have blue skies, sunshine, gorgeous weather, no wind, no nothing. I'm having the weekend off, and we have a storm coming in. Wouldn't you know it? So we've got threats of strong winds, flooding. If it gets cold enough, we're going to have some snow. So that's my weekend. Yes, I'm not going to be riding or working, but I can't go for a bike ride, which is what we've been trying to do every weekend. And it's something that we are really, really enjoying is we pick a place to go that we've never been to before, within, of course, a place that we can go there and come back in a day on my trike, on Gordon's bike. And we're just discovering these new places. So every weekend we've been making it a point to go for a bike ride. And also because we want to run the bikes every week. You can't just have them sitting there. But we were hoping to go to a ghost town by Lake Isabella. It's about, 50 miles away from here. And it's a ghost town we've never seen before. So that was supposed to be our trip this weekend until I learned that we are going to be getting a storm. So I'll be inside, but I'm not going to be riding. That's for sure. I want to look at some of the comments. I've just been going on and on and on, but I'm just in a very good mood because I finished Secrets Told, draft 1. Let's see what's going on. I'm going to acknowledge some of you wonderful people. I've been chatting away here. Let me scroll up a little bit. And I'm just going to pop up some comments and say howdy to you all. I'm getting going. But you guys have been chatting away up here. I've been just like ignoring all of you. Hold on. Where do we go? Okay, I'm just going to start like right here. We've got Renee is here. Hi, Renee. I get a yay from Karen. Joyce says congratulations. Lori says congratulations. Barbara's here. Hey, Barbara, good to see you. And Cindy is here. I get a woohoo from Virgie. Cindy says congratulations. I thank you, by the way, and I posted this too because every day I've been giving you updates, especially because it's the I saw it the final stretch of writing the first draft. So I've been posting every day of my progress. One day I had a really good day of over 3,000 words, and that felt super good. So with you rooting me on and cheering me on, really gave me the incentive to come up here to my loft and just knuckle down and write it. So you are also, I have a lot to thank for my achievement. Cindy says, I wonder if you'll be taking some time off now that you're finished. Yes, I'm taking the weekend off, but Monday I'm going to be back at it. Connie is here. Hey, Connie, good to see you. Renee says you deserve a break. And Kathy is here. Hi, Kathy. Good to see you. And let's see what else we got going in here. Kathy says it's great title and interesting. Yes, I mean, that's the other thing. Now the fun begins. I've got this first draft down. I can't wait to dive back into it, but I'm definitely taking 2 days off, but I can't wait to dive back into it and clean it up and reminisce on what I wrote 6 months ago. But I reached out to my cover designer last week, told I was approaching the end of the first draft, and we need to start thinking about the cover. And that's a fun part for me when writing a book is designing the cover. And I have absolutely no clue right now what I need this cover to be. And I'll put my heads together with my cover designer. But I have choices of, do I want just a female on the cover? Do I want just scenery on the cover? Do I want a female and the scenery in the background? So I have all these choices. And if I choose the scenery, is it going to be Alaska? Is it going to be Connecticut? Is it going to be New York? So I haven't decided on anything at all of what this cover is going to be. So this is another fun part I'll look forward to doing with my cover designer. And I will keep you posted on that. Connie says she looks forward to reading it. Carol says hello. I'm just going through the comments. And Lisa's here. Hey, Lisa. Good to see you. Kathy says it sounds good. Thank you, by the way. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Kathy says, as women, we love that storyline. I do enjoy writing the romantic suspense books. They are fun to write. For me, writing it, I have to put in drama, of course, with the romance, because we all know how it's going to end. It's going to be a HEA, a happy ending. They're going to fall in love, blah, blah, blah. So I always like to throw in a mix of drama, suspense. That's what's called romantic suspense. But I think I enjoy writing the women's fiction family drama more. I like tuning in to emotions. I love tuning into the emotions and finding out why the character is thinking that way or acting that way, or what paths did that person have to be doing. I just like to dig in deeper, like peel away the layers of an onion and figure out why a character acts the way she's acting. And that's what happened with Patricia. When I first met her, she was a bitch. I'm sorry to say it, but she was a bitch. And I'm like, do I really want to write about this person? But I kept with the story. There was something there that kept telling me to write. And I had concerns when I started writing the book, because if me as a writer is saying, who is this person? What are my readers going to think? Are they going to toss the book away because they didn't like the main character from the beginning? But I had to put her as she is at the present of the book. And that's how she was. And peeling away the onions, the story unfolds of why. So that's why I have my concerns. Cindy says we can all relate to family drama. We certainly can. Connie says you sound really excited about this one. You are getting us excited. I am excited. I'm also excited too. Number one is because I beat my deadline, which feels really good. And the fact that I have the weekend up. But number two is that it's a standalone. I don't have to think about book 2, because as soon as, in all my other books, as soon as the book's gone off to the editor, which is my fantastic Lulu friend, Lulu, she'll be editing this book. As soon as it's off in the editors, I am automatically thinking about book 2. Just right away. I am knuckling down like, okay, where's book 2 taking me? I don't have to do that with this book. It's going to go to Lulu, and she'll do her magic. And then it's like, okay, what do I do now? I can actually take some time to think about what my next project is going to be. Will another story pop into my head? Will it be another standalone? Or do I now sit down and start writing the series that's been up here, I'm going to say, for at least a year? So I have choices. And in the last Sabella series and Tammy Mellor series, I really didn't have choices. It's Sabella series, it's book 1, book 2, book 3, book 4, boom, 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 boom. But now I can actually sit back and say, okay, what do I want to do? So I like this feeling that this is done. This is done. I like it. Maybe I want another standalone. I'm liking this feeling so much. We shall see. We had someone from Canada, so I just want to pop you up and say hello. She says this book sounds amazing, and I love standalones. I like the feeling after writing a standalone, like, wow, I actually have some time to think, sit back and make some choices. Kathy likes the idea of a standalone. Lori said, oh, she looked it up for me. Oh, wow. 1,120 miles from Hope, Alaska to Dutch. Oh, man. Well, I have to spend some time in Alaska, it looks like, if I want to do that all in one trip. I really want to see both of these places. That's a long ways away. Thanks, Lori, for looking that up. Okay, that's good to know. All right. She said she's so impressed. Joyce, she says, I love standalones. I get behind with books. I want to read if I read a series. I can relate to that. And that's why I stopped at 8 books with Sabella. Me as a writer and also as an avid reader, I kind of put my preferences when it came to the series. I my max for reading a series is is 10 books. After that, for me, it's too long. Like many years ago, I don't know if you've read these, but James Patterson, the Alex Cross series, I was really into that series, and I kept buying the book after book after book. After a while, I think I was at book number 12 or 13. I'm like, this is getting too long. And I think he's still writing that series, the Alex Cross series. I have no idea how many books are in that series. I'm going to guess in my head 25 plus. And after 13 books, I had lost interest. So just for my preference, but then there's readers out there, maybe some of you that just love a series to go on and on and on. And that's great. That's fantastic. If a series can keep you that engaged and you enjoy it, that's brilliant. For me, my max is 10. So, and I was afraid my readers, you guys, will get bored if I continued on with the Sabella series. And I think the Sabella series wrapped up nicely with 8 books. And for me, that was enough. And I think I was already done writing that series too. I've been writing the Sabella series for 4 years. I wanted to move on to something different. So it worked out great for me. And I don't think I could ever write a series over 10 books. So I kind of keep my writing to what I preferred. I hope that's okay with you guys. But I'm just excited that I wrote a standalone and I'm done with it. Well, not done with it, but I'm done with thinking about it anymore as far as a new book for it. Cindy says she loves reading a standalone. Someone's in a group and says, congrats. So I want to say hello to you. I like this comment. Bloody well done. I'll take that. Bloody well done is right, Kathy. Kathy Yahoo says, you are awesome. Oh, thank you. So are you. I'm just going again. And it is Easter weekend. That is very true. Lisa, thank you. It is Good Friday today. It's an Easter weekend. And no matter how you celebrate, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you have a great weekend with family or whatever you decide to do. Me, I'm going to be home watching the storm outside. Have no plans as far as Easter goes or Easter egg hunts or the grandkids. The grandkids are down in the city. So it'll just be me and Gordon. Let's see what else we got. Connie says you really deserve your breaks. I'm just scrolling here. I just like chatting with you guys and seeing what you have to say. Barbara says, even if you can't get out and away, enjoy your weekend. I plan on it. We always, whatever we decide to do at home, we enjoy it. We have great views. Nice house that we built ourselves. It's rewarding. But I am not going to be writing. I am not going to write one word. That I will be posting. I do my scheduled post, and you will see me in the group. But I will not be writing any words. Lisa says a ghost town. I love ghost towns, and I've been to a couple, but not enough. And now that we have our bikes, we want to go see more riding the bikes. And I actually have a book of ghost towns of California. So because there's a few places I want to go to that will probably take us 2 to 3 hours to get there, but we'll make a weekend of it. We'll leave Saturday and come back Sunday. We just got to find someone to watch our dogs, watch our falcons, and watch our pigeons. That's the dilemma when we want to go overnight, especially with the falcons, because it's not like feeding a dog. There's certain rules goes by when you feed falcons. You can't just, spook them and all that, because you'll just throw away years of training. So it's the falcons that are an issue, but we managed to go to Sturgis for 9 days. We can go away for a weekend. So that's what we're going to plan and do the whole summer, is trips every weekend. And of course, I'll let you know where we go. Let me see. Cindy says, happy Easter, everyone. I have to get ready for Good Friday services. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you, Cindy, for coming in. All right, I am going to jump ahead. I think I skipped some comments, but that's okay. Thank you, everyone. But anyway, I'm going to skip ahead. That is my big news today. I'm going to move on and tell you all the other stuff that's going on in my life, but it has been a busy, busy week. Not only to get, this first draft finished, but as you all know, I mentioned it last week in my chat, I'm going to be an exhibitor at the Festival of Books in LA. This is one of the biggest events I have attended. So I'm excited about this, but the organization for it has also been overwhelming because I have to decide how many books do I want to take, what else do I want to bring, just getting organized for the actual event and how I want the booth to be displayed. I had to order some banners, and I'm going to be doing like gift baskets with raffle tickets. But anyway, it's just been another thing that I have to deal with. But the good thing is that all of my books have arrived, because I was concerned that, I order my books through Amazon and England. And what if there's an issue with the shipping, or the books got damaged? So I'm happy to say that all of my books are here, that my inventory is here. So that's a relief. I don't have to worry about that. My only concern now is it all going to fit in my car? Because we only want to take one vehicle. And we can't take the truck, because Gordon's truck is all rigged up for the Falcons. That is his working truck. And it has all the stands for the birds, and everything is just rigged for the truck. So we're taking my car, which is a Honda CRV. So my next obstacle is hoping that this will all fit in my car. Thank God that the festival is providing us with tables. I'm glad about that, and a canopy. But I have quite a few books, and all the other stuff that goes along with it. So that's the next thing I have to figure out, is hoping that it'll all fit in my car. But whether or not I decide to pack my car way before the event, I don't know, because it's a lot of lifting. I might just wait till the day before and just cross fingers that it will all fit. So anyways, that is going on April 20th and 21st. So if you're in the LA area on that weekend, the Festival of Books is free to get into. I am at booth 183 in the gold section, and I would just love it if you would come by and say a howdy, and let me know if you see me online or in my group. I just love to meet you, and I wish that all of you that are here right now could just magic yourself to the LA Book Festival that weekend, because I would just absolutely love to meet all of you. So that's something I am really looking forward to. That'll be this month. It's coming up pretty quick, 3 weeks, and then the week after, I'm going to be doing a meet and greet the authors at our local library. We have quite a few authors here in town and the surrounding areas. So our library is putting on a meet and greet Saturday the 27th. So I also ordered books for that event too. Not sure how many I need for the LA Festival, but I didn't want to run out from that and not have books in time for that. So that is something that I have been working to also. So a couple of events coming up this month that I'm looking forward to. So that is going on. Let's see. What else we got on my list here that I want to talk to you? Book Fest. You might have noticed on mainly in my author page, I should put more in the group actually, but the Book Fest is coming up April 6th and 7th. This is an online event, and I am proud to say that I am a bellwether for this event this year. I'm honored to be a bellwether for the event, and a few of the authors that are going to be interviewed over this event are also going to be guests on my chats. In fact, Susie Smith, who is my guest this Monday, April 1st, she is one of the authors that are attending and a part of Book Fest. So up until the event, the 6th and the 7th, I will be posting links and events that are going on at Book Fest. And this is a super, super fun event. It is, like I said, an online event. They have some fantastic giveaways, book bundles. They have online gift bags when you register, virtual gift bags. They have children's giveaways. But over the 6th and the 7th, they have fantastic interviews with authors. They have panels of authors discussing certain topics when it comes to being an author or the writing. And they'll have a calendar on the website. But I hope you will check it out if you haven't already. And like I said, throughout the event, I'm going to be posting what to expect for Book Fest. I'm super proud to be a bellwether for the event. And I'll post in the group too, because I tend to post on my author page and for whatever reason, forget to post it in the group too. So I'm going to try to remember to do that. But if you have time, check it out. Like I said, it's an online event, so it should be a lot of fun. Okay, there's a spammer right now in here. Just ignore him. Anthony Scott Donors. I can't delete him. These spammers are just getting out of hand. I swear to God, I do giveaways on Saturday and Sunday. I mean, on Sunday. And I swear, without fail, the scammers will be in my post. And I have to specifically, put in the post that I do not email you, I do not message you, and I certainly don't do what this Anthony guy is doing in my comments, that you're a winner. Ignore this person. I will delete him and report when I get off the live. I can't do it now because I'm afraid I'll post something and just erase the whole chat. But you'll see him in here, jerk. Anthony Scott, just leave if you don't mind. But they are just getting out of ridiculous. But I saw him, so just ignore him. So yes, the book fest will be going on next weekend. So if you can, check it out. And I'll also be putting more info about it and links in my newsletter, which goes out April 1st. That is Monday. It just dawned on me. I've not written my newsletter yet. Shoot. Okay. I just know what I'm doing tonight. I've been so busy trying to get my draft done and organizing the book show that I haven't got my newsletter done yet. It just now dawned on me, because I usually have the newsletter ready to go and scheduled like a week ahead of time, just in case I have to make any changes or add something to it. But it's got to go up Monday. It goes out on the 1st of every month. So, okay, I'm writing my newsletter tonight. I'm glad I thought about that one. So I got my night planned. Yes, the newsletter will go out on the 1st of this month, as always. And there'll be links in there for the book fest and more information. Thank you, Connie. She said she reported them. Lori says, I'm excited for you. I hope the book festival goes well for you and that you meet new readers. I am really looking forward to it. I've done, many small events, mainly local and Bakersfield and Valencia, but this is a huge one. And I read somewhere there's like 100 and I can't remember now, like a lot of authors, and 155,000 people attend this event. So I'm hoping to meet all kinds of new people, readers, writers, authors, you name it. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And my kids are going to be there, Alex and my son and his family. They go every year, as a matter of fact. So they're going to be there. And Alex is even offered to tend the booth so I can take a break and walk around myself. So that'll be a lot of fun. Kathy says LA is huge. It is huge. It is the biggest convention in the West Coast. So as far as a book convention goes. So I was super happy to get onto it this year. And if it's successful and I have a great time, I'll hopefully do it, if not next year, in a couple of years. Because I also want to, and I've said this many times before, I want to venture out of California and do festivals out of California. How that will go or unfold, I don't know yet. But it's something I really want to do. So we shall see. So that is, and something else that's going on. And I did tell you that Susie Smith is going to be my guest on Monday, April 1st at 5 o'clock. Susie is a new author to me. I'm looking forward to meeting her and learning about her books. Like I said, we met through BookFest, and I'm excited to have her. Her books look intriguing, and I hope you can join us for that. It's at 5 o'clock. And as always, there's going to be giveaways. But I love doing these chats every month, meeting new authors, and of course, hanging out with you guys. Connie says you are going to have a blast, especially with your family there. Yeah, they're very supportive. When it comes to my writing, they're extremely supportive. I really appreciate everything they do. They've been supportive from day one. What else did I want to tell you guys? What time is it? We're doing good, aren't we? I know I've been talking a lot about the first, but we've got plenty of time. I have lists here because my memory is not like it used to be. Okay, I'm going to turn this over to you real quick. It's Easter coming up. I told you what I'm doing for the weekend. I'm just going to be hanging out here at home with the hubby, watching the storm. I wonder if we'll get any snow. But why don't you let me know in the comments what your plans are for Easter. I love hearing about different Easter plans. Are you doing any Easter egg hunts? Do you have the grandkids over? Are you going to church? What are your plans for Easter? So I'm going to just pause for a minute and pop up some of the comments of what you're doing for Easter. I haven't been on an Easter egg hunt for a couple of years. My kids came up here, my grandkids came up here, and they always do an Easter egg hunt at the park through the church. And I think that was the last one I did. And it was a lot of fun. But with COVID and stuff, that ended. And now they're doing some activities where they live this year. So I won't be seeing them this Easter. But what I always send them when I do see them is Cadbury's Easter egg, chocolate Easter egg. I love Cadbury's chocolate. It's my favorite. I'm going to look at some of these comments and pop it up and see what you're doing. Before that, yes, that'll be 5 p.m. No, 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 o'clock Eastern. Thank you for pointing that out. But yeah, the chat will be, if you're back east, it's 8 o'clock. And here, Pacific Standard Time is 5 o'clock. And Central, do not quote me on this, but I think Central is 7, because I think it's 2 hours ahead of me. God, these time changes get confusing. But 5 Pacific, 8 Eastern. Renee says, I love when you do the chats. You keep interacting with you and the other members. They're a lot of fun. I just have a blast doing them. Okay, let me look at what you're doing for Easter. Karen says, I'm going to be hanging out at home this year. Enjoy. That sounds perfect to me. That's what we're doing. Renee we are having 3 of our grandchildren, church, eating, and hunting eggs. Fun. That sounds like a lot of fun. I want to see some pictures. I really do. Kathy says, I had to squint because the print is really small on my phone. Taking 93-year-old mom to church and dinner. 93 years old. Oh, I love that. Have a wonderful time. Connie, I'm not cooking for once. Yay. This year, my son is taking me out. Lovely. Do you have any idea what you're going to eat, Connie? Enjoy it. And Lori says, I'm going to church and I'm the lector. Nice. Then a lamb dinner with my family. Sounds perfect. Virgie says she's hanging out with the family and the grandchildren for Easter. 2 grandsons just got back from school trip to DC. Sounds perfect, Virgie. Enjoy your family. And then here in the group, someone says, just making ham dinner. Hubby is working on his 72. It's getting closer. So pretty. I'll be reading. Okay, working on his 72. I think is that his age, his birthday? I'm not sure, but sounds like you're gonna have a good weekend. And ham dinner sounds perfect. Dinner plans with the in-laws on Sunday. My husband and I are cooking our 2nd ever turkey. Wish us luck. Have a wonderful Easter. I love turkey. I love turkey. I'm not too fond of ham. For me, it's a little bit salty. So I'm sure your turkey is going to just turn out perfect. Then we have a hunt and Easter lunch at my nephew's. We have a total right now of, wow, that's going to be one heck of a hunt. That's going to be a lot of fun. I love watching the kids looking for eggs. I do. Barbara says, I'll be baking a big ham for myself. Nice. A lot of it will end up going in the freezer for future meals. I don't know what's planned for my great-grands. I don't plan anything for them because they get enough from their parents. Very true. That's how I am too. And I tell my kids all the time, if you have plans down there, it's fine. We'll get together when it works for you. They're 2 hours away. It's Easter Sunday. It's just like Christmas. It's for the kids. I don't want them in the car for 4 hours. Lisa says she's going to her youngest daughters to be with the grandkids for Easter morning. And then we are all heading to the country to some friends on Sunday afternoon for dinner. Sounds perfect, Lisa. Enjoy your family. Few more. Joyce is meeting for a family gathering and dinner. I am bringing fruit and Italian cream cake made from scratch. That sounds bloody delicious. All right, enjoy. Save me a piece. Carol says we're going out to eat at a nice restaurant. Okay, how many more? Okay, Dana says going to my parents. Enjoy your dinner, by the way, Carol. I'm sorry. Going to my parents' house Easter. My brother is cooking stir fry. We'll hide eggs for the grandkids. Stir fry sounds really good. Enjoy those beautiful grandkids. All right. Okay. Let me see. Okay, Kathy, one more. You got some great comments here. Kathy says she's going to church Sunday morning, then putting a lily on my mother's grave. Aw. Then going up to my son's house for a brunch. I am excited to see my grandkids. My sons live Okay, I'm back. Do you still see me? Comment below if you see me. I love technology. Do you see me now? Let me know if you can see me. Okay, it says I'm live. Oh, yay. Barbara sees me. Yay. Okay. Technology and the joy of going live. I know what happened was I got a phone call because I'm using my phone because that way I can, I don't know. I'm using my phone. I'm up here in the loft and I have it on the stand and it's just a lot easier to handle. But when a call comes in, it disconnects my live. I have to figure out a way how it won't interrupt my live. I don't know how I can do that. I have to look into that because it happened one time on a live chat and using my phone is so much easier using a stand. And I just don't like the camera angle of my iPad. If I feel like a bottle is like really wide and my laptop cannot keep up with the feed of a live. So I'm using the phone. But I have to figure out a way if I get a call coming in, turn the volume down. Lori says. The volume's muted. The phone is muted, but a call can still come in. I wonder if there's a way for me to not accept calls when I'm doing a live. Maybe there we go. That might be it. Karen says, maybe put your phone on Do Not Disturb. I'm going to try that next time. I would look that up. Thank you, Karen, because that sounds like it would work. And see if that, because that's what happened. I got a call and it disconnected me. So I'm going to try that, Karen, next time. I can't do it now because if I touch my phone, I might disconnect myself. So I'm going to try that. All right, moving on. I think that's all the updates for as far as what I'm doing. But I want to get onto my Showcase Friday, which I do. It's a new thing I started in the group. And all month I have been showcasing Reckless Beginnings. And I know many of you have read the book, but I really appreciate you engaging in the book. Engaging in my posts. And I'm hoping that even though you've read the book, you're still learning something new about it, whether it be photos that I'm posting or insights of when I wrote the book. And I'm also doing it for readers that have not read the book and are new to the group. And you see my books on a banner, but you know nothing about them. So it's just a way for me to introduce my books to new readers and just continue to keep them out there and talk about them. And Reckless Beginnings, as you know, was my debut novel. And I actually call it my baby because without that book, I would not be where I am today. I'm writing 14 more books. Reckless Beginnings opened up my passion for writing later in life. And I have that book to thank for that because without that book, I don't think I would be writing. So I really had a good time posting about Reckless Beginnings and reminiscing back in the day when I wrote that book, which is 2018. And just reading excerpts from it that I wanted to post and things like that. So I'm very grateful for the book. I'm grateful for the readers. I am grateful for the feedback and for all of you that share it and tell others about it. And it's a book I'm really proud of because it just put my author career in motion. So what I wanted to do, and as you know, on these showcases, I am doing giveaways related to the book. But before we get to the giveaways, I also would like to do a live read from the book. And again, I know many of you have read the book, and I hope you will just stick around while I read from the book. For those that haven't read the book yet, maybe it'll inspire you to read. But I like to just read from the book, the prologue and chapter 1. The prologue is about 9 pages. Chapter 1 is about 5. So if you don't mind me reading 13 pages to you, you're okay with that. But in case you haven't seen it, this is a book, Reckless Beginnings. And I have to say, I love the new edition of this book. As you know, I took back the rights. That sounds so silly. I'm sorry, but a book I wrote, I had to wait to get the rights back. And then I was able to form it into a book that I had 100% say in how it's going to look and where it's going to be published and all of that. So I was super pleased when I got the book back and I can now own it. and do as I please with it. So, anyways, this is what I'm going to read from, and I'm going to read the prologue, and I'm going to read chapter 1, and then we will talk about the giveaways, and I will announce my winners. And you probably figured out by now that Showcase Friday for next week is going to be Better Endings. So that's going to be next month's showcase. And I'll be showing you some insights on that book. But for now, it's still Reckless Beginnings. So I'm going to read. Okay, the prologue. Tammy, the youngest of 3 sisters, remembered the phone call as if it were yesterday, even though it was almost 3 years ago, back in 1977. She was 14 at the time and had already gone to bed when the ringing from the phone downstairs stirred her from her rested state. She immediately knew it was her father, John, calling from the United States. No one else phoned in the middle of the night. He had moved there shortly after her parents' divorce, accepting the job promotion he couldn't refuse as a speaker on artificial intelligence, and now lived on the outskirts of Boston. He had always called late on Thursday evenings because of the time difference between America and England. But on that particular night, he called on a Tuesday, which had Tammy concerned. Her parents had divorced when she was 11 because of her father's extramarital affairs. Tammy would never forget the day her family became divided. Like every morning, she had come downstairs wearing her pajamas. The house was silent except for the faint sound of crying coming from the front living room. Tammy tiptoed softly towards a slightly open door and peeked in. Her heart ached with what she saw. It was her mother, Rose, she heard crying. She was sitting alone on the green couch with her hair in a tangled mess, wearing her pink satin bathrobe and holding a tissue to her eyes. Fear swept over Tammy. Why was her mother so upset? She wanted to rush in and hold her and tell her everything was going to be okay. But Tammy felt her mother needed to be alone in her thoughts and stepped away from the door without being heard. Not trusting her older twin sisters, Donna and Jenny, to be quiet, Tammy decided to keep what she had seen to herself. Later that morning, Tammy's questions had been answered. In a more composed state, their mother gathered her 3 girls into the family room. Still dressed in her bathrobe, her hair uncombed, and her eyes swollen from her many tears, she held Tammy and her sisters tight. In a soft, broken voice, she told them that she and her father were separating and that he had moved out of the house. Crushed by the news, Tammy and her sisters clung to their mother, unable to control their tears. She had friends in school that came from broken homes and had listened with pity to their stories of violence and hatred before the divorce. They had told her how they hated spending weekends and holidays with only one parent. Was this how it was going to be for her? Tammy wondered. Tammy was thankful she never saw violence, but she was devastated that her father was simply gone. No explanation, no goodbye, no hugs of reassurance that everything was going to be okay. She had felt abandoned and unimportant. How could he just leave without saying goodbye? When would she see him again? She had so many unanswered questions. Why did this happen? Why didn't they love each other anymore? Whose fault was it? Unable to hold it together for her daughters, Rose was an emotional wreck. The man she had loved for almost 2 decades was no longer in her life, and she was terrified of being alone. Left in the garbage bag on the steps of an orphanage when she was 6 days old, where she remained until she was 16, Rose realized John had brought stability and a sense of belonging into her life for the first time. She had met John in London on a bus on her way to the hotel where she worked as a chambermaid. John was on his way to college, where he studied electronic engineering. The attraction had been mutual. He was infatuated with her beauty and her perfectly toned body. Rose was mesmerized by his handsome looks, his strong, defined jawline, and his short, thick black hair that swept away from his face. Sitting across from her, he made her laugh and sometimes blush with his cheeky grin and the occasional wink directly solely at her. John was a man with a brilliant mind. Rose admired him for his superior intelligence and his ambitious work ethics. In his younger years and straight out of college, John worked hard and was recognized for his achievements, becoming highly successful in the field of artificial intelligence. He spent his evenings working on his other passion, writing, with the hopes of being a published author someday. His plans hadn't included becoming a father to twin girls at the young age of 20, and then again to Tammy at almost 23. Refusing to let fatherhood get in the way of his career, John became the sole provider, traveling a lot and leaving Rose to raise their daughters. Eventually, his hard work paid off, and he managed to buy the family a beautiful 4-bedroom home in the small, quaint northern English town called Tridale, which had lost lots of charm and history dating back to the Roman era. It was located on the valley floors of the Dales, surrounded by moors and rolling hills, laced with heather and bracken. John had been the backbone of the family. Everyone looked up to him. He provided structure and discipline. He set the ground rules and enforced daily chores for Tammy and her sisters. The divorce hit each of the girls differently. Tammy missed having the authority figure of her father in the house. Jenny blamed him for abandoning them and became extremely protective and close to their mother. Meanwhile, Donna blamed both parents and began to travel down the road of self-destruction, wearing heavy makeup and skimpy clothes and drinking copious amounts of alcohol. For Rose, it was a constant battle, and she feared Donna was spiraling out of control. No longer able to handle her, Rose discussed Donna's behavior with her father, and between them, they decided she might be better off with him. For the next 3 years following her parents' divorce, Tammy spent her 6-week summer vacation in America with her father and Donna. She and Jenna hated Donna being so far away. They talked once a week on the phone, but it wasn't the same. The sisters' bond had been broken. Tammy and Donna reconnected each summer, but Jenny couldn't get past the grudge she held towards her father for breaking up the family. And because she chose to stay in England with her mother during those summers, she began to grow apart from not only her father, but also Donna. Moving Donna to the States hadn't helped. For the next 3 years, she continued to act in a destructive manner, skipping school most days and spending her time drinking and hanging out with bad company. John suspected she was also using drugs. Unable to control his daughter anymore, he was at his wits' ends and didn't know what to do. Arrested one night for underage drinking, Donna was escorted home in a patrol car. John expressed his concerns about his daughter's behavior with the officer, and they decided between them it might be better for her if she was placed into a juvenile home until she turned 18. At the time, she was 17, which meant she would only be there for a year. John thought it was a good idea. After all, a year wasn't that long, and he pursued it the following day. Without having discussed it with Rose first, he found an all-girls home for troubled teens called New Beginnings. A week later, after Donna was settled, he called Rose and explained to her that the daughter was out of control and needed professional counseling and guidance, something he couldn't give her. With the thought of her daughter being in a home tearing out her heart, Rose protested and objected to his decision, but it did no good. John was comfortable with his solution and the choices he had made. Within 3 weeks of Donna being admitted, John received a phone call from the director telling him Donna had run away and couldn't be found. John had intentions of visiting her soon, but now that his book had finally been accepted for publication, he had been spending every spare moment trying to reach the deadline, and the days had turned into weeks. The director went on to tell him that she had never really settled in. She rarely talked to the other girls and spent many hours sitting alone in isolated corners. She mentioned they had called and left numerous messages regarding Donna's behavior, but he had never returned their calls. John remembered those messages. There were 3 of them. He had planned on calling back after the deadline. After apologizing profusely, Susan, the director, informed John that they had never had a child run away before and suspected Donna had left through the kitchen door where the staff come and go and deliveries were made. She added that they pride themselves in providing an excellent home for all their children and emphasized again that Donna was the first case of a runaway. John appreciated her sincere apology and had no harsh feelings. The only person he felt anger towards was himself. An unhappy 17-year-old would always find a way to leave if they really wanted to. No one was to blame but himself. He had selfishly ignored his troubled daughter's cry for help. The lady on the phone told him the authorities had been notified, and if they had any news, he would be informed immediately. John thanked her, hung up the phone, and even though it wasn't Thursday, his day to call, he knew he had to tell Rose and reluctantly dialed her number. Tammy had gotten good at eavesdropping on her parents' weekly conversations without being detected. She remembered on this particular Tuesday night how she quietly peeled back her sheets and tiptoed barefoot across the bedroom. Pinning her ear to the door, she heard her mother's voice echoing in the foyer below. Holding her breath, Tammy slowly pulled down on the door handle, praying the door wouldn't squeak when she eased it open. Thankfully, it had not, and Tammy released a sigh of relief. The light from the foyer lit up the landing outside her room, allowing her to find her way to the top of the stairs. Without making a sound, she had taken her usual spot on the last stair, pulled her white nightgown over her knees to keep out the chill, and peered down between the railings. Her mother was dressed in her usual nighttime attire, a pink bathrobe, matching slippers, and her hair pulled back into a ponytail. Her back faced Tammy. Grateful her mother and father had remained friends after the divorce, their calls were usually pleasant, filled with jokes and laughter. But this call was different. Her mother sounded scared. Tammy sensed the fear in her voice. Only hearing one side of the conversation, Tammy had a hard time understanding what they were talking about. She only heard the strange questions her mother was asking. What do you mean she's gone, John? Who was gone? Tammy wondered. Her mother became angry. She can't just disappear, John. Someone must know where she is. Glued to the railings, Tammy was dying to know who and what they were talking about. Then her mother began to cry hysterically while she held the phone tight and screamed into it. She's still a child, John. She's just 17. You should never put her in that home. She isn't an object you can just discard because she's in your way. She's your daughter. Tammy remembered how her heart sank to the floor when she suddenly realized they were talking about Donna. Her sister had run away and was now missing. She wanted to race down the stairs and snatch the phone from her mother's hands and ask her father why. Why had he put her in that awful place? Donna had written a letter to Tammy and Jenny, telling them how much she hated being in the room, how no one wanted her anymore, and how she was going to run away. Frightened by what she had read, Tammy showed the letter to the mother. As upset as she was by both the letter and the fact that Donna had written to her sisters and not her, Rose never believed Donna would actually run away. I'm sure she'll be okay. She just needs time to adjust. It's all new to her. We have to trust your father's judgment, he said. This will be good for her. I have to believe that. She is a very troubled young girl and needs help, her mother had told her. But she had run away, and now no one knew where she was. After spending her first summer in the States, Tammy had known she wanted to live there someday. Now, since the disappearance of Donna, she wanted it even more. She needed to know what had happened to her. Waiting for the authorities to call wasn't enough. She needed answers. Why hadn't Donna contacted any of them? Was she in trouble? Was she hurt? Tammy didn't want to consider the worst, the fear that maybe she was dead. That is the prologue that gives you a background to the characters and what to expect from them in the book. So I hope you're enjoying it. I am going to read chapter 1, if that's okay with you. It's like 5 pages just to get you into the book, but I need a cup of tea first. So let me read chapter 1. It's a short chapter, and then I will talk giveaways. So chapter 1. Tammy last saw her father 2 years You got me? Okay. How? I'm not sure how. Could you hear me through the reading? I hope you guys heard the reading. When did you lose audio? How long did you lose audio? Did you hear the reading? Yes. Okay. Elaine says yes. I hope I was not just reading to myself there. I don't know how the audio got turned off. Hopefully it wasn't for too long. So, okay, I'm going to backtrack just a little bit. I don't know when you start hearing me, but the giveaways. I already know who the winners are. I went through and scrolled. You're back, missed all of chapter 1. Oh, well, that sucks. I'm sorry about that. Okay, well, thank you for hanging out while I read to myself. Oh, I love going live sometimes. You just never know what's going on with this technology. Anyways, all right. I think maybe I hit the mute when I was scrolling. I really got to watch myself. All right. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed the prologue. And chapter 1 was good too, even though you couldn't hear it. But okay, let's get to the giveaways. Thank you so much for engaging on my showcase for Reckless Beginnings. That's how you get entered in the giveaways. And if you're in the group today, you saw what I was giving away. One of them is a signed paperback of Reckless Beginnings. And with that, I'm also going to be giving away a matching bookmark and a magnet and these fun stickers. I absolutely love these stickers. I've been sending these along with most of my giveaways now, and they're just a lot of fun. So you'll be getting the stickers, bookmark, and magnet. And the winner for this, the signed paperback and all the goodies is, hold on, where's my list? Am I still on audio? You still hear me? Okay. All right. The winner for Reckless Beginnings signed paperback is Lori Chasko. You have won this, so I'm going to be shipping this out to you next week, and I hope you enjoy it. And I would love to. I hope that you leave a review, and I can't wait to read it. So this is going out next week. Congratulations, Lori. Enjoy. All right. For the other prizes, I don't physically have them, but I have pictures, and I think if you've been there, because they are going to be sent from the people that make these items, and I love their work, and I love supporting what they do. I have 2 of these. If you can see that these are they call them hope anchor bracelets. And wear this bracelet on your wrist as a reminder that hope will keep your feet on the ground. I love that saying. They're really cute. They'll be turquoise. She has a variety of colors, but I went with the turquoise ones. So I'm giving away 2 of these. And the winners for these 2 bracelets are, let me see, where's my list? Dana Duplantis, you are winning. You will be getting a bracelet, and that will be shipped from the actual designer of the bracelet. It's not coming from me, but I'm going to send her the info, and she'll be shipping it out to you next week. So congratulations, Dana. You are winner of one of the bracelets, and then the other winner for the Hope bracelet is Kathy Driscoll. So congratulations, Kathy Driscoll, Kathy Ridley Driscoll. You are going to be receiving the second bracelet. Again, it's not coming from me. It's coming from the designer. I love her work, and she'll be shipping it out to you next week. So enjoy. So congratulations. I have one more gift to give away. Let me see if I can find a picture of it in case you weren't in the group. Here it is. Okay, this one, again, I don't have it in person. I love the designer. I love her work, and I love supporting her. So again, she is going to be shipping this out directly. And I love the saying on this. These are words I live by, and I think we all need encouraging words. And this is a ceramic heart, and it comes with a bag, and I'm holding up cheesy, and a nice little box. But the words on it are, always remember, you are braver than you believe, stronger. Wait, let me start over. Always remember, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and loved more than you'll ever know. I love the words on this plaque, and to wake up and just read those every day is just a reminder. Just a reminder. So, the winner of the plaque is Virgie Lane. You have won the plaque, and it will be shipped out to you next week. And read those words every day. They're amazing words. And congratulations. So, thank you so much for participating in my Showcase Friday. I really enjoy doing them. I love, reminiscing on the books I've already written a few years ago and engaging them and giving insight to those that have not read the books. And I try to find prizes that relate to the book. So congratulations, winner, Virgie Lane, Dana DePlantis, Kathy Driscoll, and Lori Chasko. Congratulations. That I am going to wrap it up. We are way over the hour. Way over the hour. But that's okay. I love you guys. I could sit here for another hour and talk to you. But thank you so much. I guess, going to be writing my newsletter tonight. I reminded myself that it's not written while chatting to you. So thank you so much. And I will keep you posted on Secrets Told. I'm super excited that the first draft is done. I'm super excited that it is a standalone. And I cannot wait to bring this book to you and just share the progress that we're going to be making. Lulu is here. Lulu, you probably know. I was going to text you after the chat, but you are here. Lulu, my amazing editor. I think she's here. I think I saw her here. You are going to be getting the first draft soon. Well, not too soon. I have to clean it up. But the first draft is done. We will be talking soon. And I can't wait to see what my cover designer and I come up with. So, ladies, Lori says I was proven wrong. Lulu is here. She's right there. Hey, Lulu. She's my amazing editor. And I can't wait for her to clean up this hot mess of a book that I've written and work with her again on my next book. So thank you, everyone. Your support means the world to me. I love you all. And I will see you in the group. Happy Easter, everyone. And enjoy the rest of your night. Good night.